If YNAB feels confusing or difficult, you're probably using it wrong, but it's not really your fault. Most people try to track where their money went, but YNAB was built to do something completely different. I've helped over 350 people try YNAB for the first time, and this is a mistake I see again and again. Once you make the shift I'm about to show you, the whole system clicks into place. If you'd like to stay connected as I share new strategies and updates, join my email list using the link below. Okay, let's start with why this happens. On the surface, tracking your spending seems like the smart thing to do. I know, because I did exactly that. Before I found YNAB, I was buried in spreadsheets. Endless rows of transactions, formulas everywhere, and color-coded charts I thought would finally give me control. But all they ever did was tell me what already happened. And even then, I rarely kept them up to date. They never really helped me change what was coming next. I remember staring at that spreadsheet late at night thinking, I am doing all this work, so why do I still feel so out of control? And that's the trap most people fall into. In fact, most personal finance apps encourage this, leading with slick charts, colorful graphs, and promises of insights about your spending habits. And sure, you may end up knowing a little bit more about where your money went, but it doesn't give you any control over what happens next. And that's why so many people feel stuck. They track their expenses month after month and nothing changes. They feel like they're doing the responsible thing, but their spending habits stay the same. Their stress doesn't go away, and they never feel like they're getting ahead. It's like reading a crime report after the fact. You know what happened, but you're no closer to preventing it. Tracking is passive. It's looking in the rearview mirror. What you really need is a way to steer the car, to decide what happens next, where you're going. And that is exactly what YNAB is built to do. Here's the shift that changes everything. YNAB isn't about tracking where your money went. Use it that way, and you'll probably hate it. Instead, it's about deciding where your money will go. Instead of looking backward and shrugging your shoulders, YNAB is about looking forward and making decisions before you even spend. It's called giving every dollar a job, and it's the single most important mindset change that you can make with your money. When money comes into your account, you're not asking, what did I spend my money on last month? You're asking, what do I want this new money to do next? And then you tell it. Maybe $500 is assigned to buy you groceries. Maybe $300 goes toward a future vacation. And $200 is set aside for annoying but necessary car maintenance. The moment you do that, you go from reacting to directing, from hoping things will work out better next month to deciding that things will go better next month. Think of it like this. Tracking is like watching the game tape. Planning the YNAB way is writing the game plan before the game even starts. One is about explaining what happened. The other is about shaping what will happen. And when every dollar has a clear purpose, your plan stops being just buckets of money. It becomes a reflection of your priorities. Now, here's the part most people don't expect. Once you make this shift, YNAB actually gets so much easier. It only feels complicated when you're trying to use it like Excel or Mint, may it rest in peace. Tracking transactions, staring at reports, and wondering why nothing changes. But once you start giving every dollar a job before you spend it, the whole system starts to make sense. Because now every part of YNAB is working with you instead of against you. Overspending doesn't feel like failure anymore. It's just feedback, telling you something about your priorities. You stop guessing whether you can afford something, and you start knowing. And instead of reacting to what already happened, you're constantly shaping what happens next. It's like the difference between being tossed around by waves and steering the boat confidently through the storm. Most people come to YNAB already feeling like they're at the mercy of their spending. But once they start planning with intention, they realize they're in control of where they're headed. And here's the deeper reason I think this shift matters. It forces you to focus on the present. And the present is the only place you can actually make change. You can't undo yesterday's decisions, and you can't very well predict what you'll decide to do tomorrow, but you can make better decisions today. And because YNAB only asks you to plan what to do with the money you have right now, it dramatically limits the scope of what you need to think about. You don't have to solve every financial problem all at once. Just make the best decisions with the dollars already in your hands. When you do that consistently, the future starts taking care of itself. One client told me she used to feel like she was chasing her money every month. No matter how much she earned, she always was behind. But when she started planning it before it was spent, something shifted. She finally experienced the transformation we're talking about. The guilt disappeared, the stress lifted, and for the first time, she felt like her money was working for her instead of the other way around. I wish you could see the way people's faces light up when they experience this empowering moment for the first time. It's what I live for. And that's the real reason why YNAB becomes easier when you stop treating it like an expense tracker. It stops being a spreadsheet and starts being a decision making system. You're no longer trying to manage the past, you're directing the future. So, here's the big takeaway. YNAB feels hard when you use it like an expense tracker. It feels easy when you use it the way it was designed, which is as a planning tool. The shift is simple but powerful. Stop tracking where your money went and start deciding where it will go. Plan only with the dollars you have right now. Focus your energy on the present, the only moment you can actually make change, and watch how much simpler money management becomes for you. Once you make that shift, everything clicks into place. You'll stop regretting the past and start owning the future. You'll stop guessing and start knowing. And instead of money being something that happens to you, it becomes something you're actively shaping to build the life you want. If you want help making that shift, that's exactly what I do. I work one-on-one with people to guide them through this process and set up a plan that actually works for them. If that sounds like something you want, use the link below to work with me. And check out this next video about why so many high earners still feel broke and how to fix it with YNAB. It builds on everything we've talked about here and shows you exactly how to put it into practice.